Listen, I don't know uh, who needs to hear this, but I want to tell you that college is a scam. It's a complete scam. Um, yeah, and if you get a college degree in anything that isn't STEM, you could basically go fuck yourself with that degree by rolling it up and shoving it up your ass. Yeah, that's about. That's it. Bye, guys. Just kidding. But seriously, I when I was younger, I wanted to go to college for like art because you guys have seen that I draw, you guys have seen that I do sewing, all that kind of stuff. And like obviously, my mom works, in a STEM field. She's like, works in a hospital. So obviously that's like, and by the way, I want to make known like my mom isn't Asian, but she sure fucking acts like the stereotypical Asian mom where it's like, oh, an art degree, bro. Like an art degree, you might as well just be like burning money, like literally as we speak. So art was off the table. I was like, okay, I'll do art in high school, and then when I get to college, I have to like get a real degree, right? So first I went for politics because I was super into politics, wanted to change the world, typical nonsense. Then I changed my degree to criminal justice because I was like, listen, everybody runs for politics. Nobody actually wins anything. And even if you win, if you lose the next election, you have no job. So I was like, okay, that's not going to work. Let's do criminal justice. After a while, I ruled out being a cop because, I'm short, I'm small. That's just asking, like, for death, really. Um, Then I tried to go to law school. I have like so many health complications from going to law school. It's unreal, guys. It really is. Um, let's see. I became allergic to gluten, which is anything that involves wheat. I became allergic to milk. Yes, milk. I've never had either of those allergies my entire life. I got fibromyalgia, which is nerve pain. Um, I can't go a day without taking muscle relaxants and nerve pain medicine. I literally cannot at all survive a day without it unless I just want to be like sobbing in pain by the end of the day. So yeah, I've been in physical therapy for months and I've just barely gotten my life back, even though I've been out of law school for almost a year. Yeah. Instead of law school, uh, I went from college, got my Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, went immediately to law school, didn't take a break, no leap year, anything like that. And then since law school didn't work out because it was so fucking miserable, and I didn't pass because a passing average is an 80 out of 100. Yeah, an 80 out of 100. Since I didn't fucking pass, this absolute mountain, uh, yeah. Anyways, I didn't pass, so then I had to do something else. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't want to be a warden. I don't want to be a cop. So what's good is this degree, even though it's a Bachelor of Science, which I was told like, oh, these degrees get you jobs. So I became a paralegal. And by that I mean I did the paralegal certificate. You get the certification. I did the accelerated course too, so I could get a job faster. Went to my first law firm, and when I was there, I was, there was no direction. The lawyer was gone most of the days of the week. There was no training. When I asked for training, he ghosted me for a week. Yeah, my boss ghosted me for a week, even though we went to the same workplace. And the next week, I was like, can you help? What about the training, the meeting that we said we were going to set up? He was like, oh, yeah, mm, you should have already known that. And I was like, but I'm an entry level employee. This is my first job at a law firm. What do you mean? And he was like, yeah, well, you clearly don't have a fit here because you should be teaching yourself. Yeah, teaching myself how to do legal documentation. Does that not sound like a lawsuit? Like, to anyone? Oh, and then when I said, well, I've never done this before, so what was I supposed to do? He was like, oh, you should have looked it up on the internet. What? So I was like, you know what? I'd rather not be a student of oblivion. And he was already gonna fire me, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go. Since, he was basically saying like, go home for 2 days and I'll let you know if I fire you or not. Which basically means you're fired and you'll have to come in and do the walk of shame to get your shit. I was not gonna do that, so I grabbed my stuff and left, and that was the last job I had. I've been applying for jobs for 2 months at least, almost almost three, 2.5, and yeah, um, I still don't have a job. I've actually applied to probably 500 positions during that time at least, and it's not like easy in apply like on Indeed. This is like actually going to a law firm's website, submitting it, filling out all these forms. Some of them even make you take tests just to have an interview, and you'll get declined. Or the best part is when the same company closes that position and reopens it a week later saying high priority, even though you just applied to that job last week. They closed it and now they're reopening it because who the fuck knows? I don't know. Okay? So, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm honestly done. College was a waste of time. Scam. If you're not doing something in a STEM field or STEM adjacent field, don't go to college because it's a waste of your fucking time. I'm fucking serious. And if you're not, like, I was literally on the dean's list, guys. The dean's list, honor society in college. And law school was just so crippling to my health. But, that doesn't matter. So, unless you want to just, like, nosedive your health and pass, you know, I guess get out of bed even when you're in agonizing pain or whatever. You know, boo hoo, you're crying in pain. Who cares? That was basically the answer I was given. And they were like, oh, well, since you didn't get an 80, you can just come back in a year and start everything over. All of your credits over. Yeah, so that's my experience after being out of college. I'm fucking done, and I'm gonna apply to fucking Hobby Lobby and Joann's Fabrics because I'll probably get a job sooner by doing that than ever getting a paralegal job. So yeah, college is a scam. Don't waste your fucking time. Have a good day, guys. Uh, yeah. So bye. Here's the ending title card screen. Yippee.